live from the Texas Cheerlickers Studios. It's In the Building with Mike Taylor and Rudy J.
You ever stumbled upon like a company or a band, a celebrity, something that you liked, or maybe you something that used to be a huge part of our world,
Mm-hmm.
and then you see it and you're like, that's still around? They still have that?
Oh, yes.
That happens all the time.
Sure.
So I saw this morning where Hooters has filed for bankruptcy.
Now, that don't mean they're gone, though, right? It
Well,
just means they can't pay their
They're
bills.
going to close a bunch of them, and then they're going to re-Hooterize, according to the CEO. We're going to re-Hooterize.
Yeah.
They are going to come back as a more family-friendly, less tits and ass kind of place.
It's a revamp. Every now and then you need a revamp. And, I mean, you got Twin Peaks, what is it, Bombers or Boomers, or you got a lot of these places now that, you know, the women dress ojos locos, scantily clad.
Yeah.
And at some point, maybe, you know, that kind of wears off. And not only that, when Hooters was booming, it wasn't 1,000 wing spots.
Mm-hmm.
So now the other wing places have caught up, and you don't have to be in there with the kids with naked women. So I get the revamp.
America has turned its back on, a big part of America has turned its back on Hooters.
Well, men still go.
Around. Wait, okay. When is the last time you were in a Hooters?
3 years?
Seriously?
2-3 years?
Wow. But you don't go every year.
Well, see, it's more nostalgic for me because that was mine and my wife's first date.
I think you've told me this story.
Yeah, and our first date, and I'm, you know, it's embarrassing, but
Hooters.
it's embarrassing.
How romantic.
It's embarrassing because look, I was at a call center then, and
yeah.
I only had money every 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So our first date, my wife paid.
I've heard this too.
So we used to, we rotated. So she would pay one Friday, I would pay the next.
Okay.
Nowadays, you try that with these chicks, them pay on the first date, your ass is getting kicked to the curb.
Well, then they should be kicked to the curb.
Yeah. So Hooters has a special place in my heart.
All right. Well,
but I'm not mad at. I'm not. We don't go anymore. I'm not mad to see it go. I ain't hurt to see it go away.
Here's the thing: when they do come back and try to be more family friendly, they're going to have the waitresses dress less scantily.
Okay.
My question is, are they going to redo their food too? Because it sucks.
It fell off when I was first going. It was awesome, and then it gradually got shitty.
The last time I was in a Hooters was probably 2009.
Oh, 10. Damn. So you're going on 15, 16 years.
Even then, I thought, these wings suck.
Yeah, the sauce changed, the wings changed.
Because by then, we had Buffalo Wild Wings, and we had, what's the green one? They got the green Wingstop. Wings were taken off as a big deal.
Right.
And Hooters was one of the first public TNA restaurants that wasn't a titty bar that came up with a good concept in the mid 80s and early 90s.
Great concept.
And it became a big 90s thing, but it's something that I totally forgot even existed.
Oh, really?
I read this morning they're going bankrupt. No shit.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw they're going bankrupt, but I was like, I've seen it. Man, a lot of places. I've seen a bunch of Dollar Generals. There's the Party Cities. A lot of places are just going away.
That stuff you just order on Amazon and Prime.
Freaking Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos. Walmart ruined Toys R Us and the toy stores.
Yep.
Though all of those went away once Walmart started.
Killed Kmart.
Killed all of that. So this isn't, out the norm. But yeah, you're right, Mike. I think Amazon, I told my wife, I was like, do you want me to just start driving Amazon so they don't have to come to our house every day? Because every day I hear, I'm like, what the hell? Who's selling something? And I don't answer the door when people sell stuff because I don't like being mean.
Yeah. So
I just wait until they go away. Then I look out there and there's another damn Amazon package. I'm like, are we rich and I don't know? Because I get an Amazon package at my door every day and it ain't me.
Yeah.
I don't even have an Amazon account. My wife does.
I love it.
Do you?
Yeah, but we don't, and I don't ever order. That's the cool.
But some of the shit is cool.
Here's why I love it. I don't ever have to be. I rarely use Amazon. I send my kid stuff, but when it's stuff that comes to our place, Nina does all that. And it's always essentials.
Do you have a
Toilet-
locker?
toilet
Y'all have a
paper.
locker too? One of the
A locker?
you never seen the Amazon
Oh
lockers?
yeah, we've got that. We've got the locker in our apartment complex.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
got you.
Yeah, we'll get the parcel, and you got to type in the code.
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
deal opens, and you take your box out. And we also have stuff that gets sent to the door all the time. But it's toilet paper, fabric softener, Bounty towels, this kind of stuff.
You don't go to HEB for that stuff?
No, not really. We order it, man. Especially when it's just the two of us, because we have. It's funny because like
Damn.
we're half the month it's just the two of us, and then the other half of the month we've got Nina's son, and then or Nina's or there for a couple of years there was both of her sons.
Right, I remember.
You know, and so and when the oldest was back in town last week for 10 days. They had spring break at NYU, and man's all the friends were over there. We're like the Foremans on the 70s, that 70s show, right? But it's not. So anyway, the point, case in point, we don't have little kids though.
Okay, I got you.
I need to run up to HEB for chicken nuggets and all that kind of thing.
I got 4 women in my house.
You
We
do.
need toilet paper all the
All
time.
the time.
All the time.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Now we do stock up on that, but she uses Prime. Prime has killed a lot of 90s and 80s businesses, but honestly, most of it's for good. Most of it's for good.
So yeah, I mean, you can't beat some of the stuff on Amazon.
And
You
Hooters
can't beat
sucks.
it.
I was shocked to find out how much toilet paper women use. Shocked.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
crazy,
they go
especially
through a
when
lot.
there's 4.
Oh
Mhm.
my god. It's
Well, they have to
crazy.
wipe every time.
That's nuts. I didn't know
Every time
that.
they go potty, they
What do you
gotta
mean you
get
didn't
the-
know? You didn't know women
Oh, here
wiped
we
every
go, this
time?
guy.
Every
Oh, geez.
time? I didn't know.
So you thought they just got up and air dried?
I guess, yeah.
They just shook their ass.
We don't wipe.
Let the dribble get off of them.
I dab dry.
Wait a time. I dab.
I dab dry. I don't
Absolutely.
want pee stains
I
in my
dab.
drawers. I dab
I do
dab
too.
dry, bro.
Pee
It's not a
stains.
lot, but I dab dry.
I
You
wanna
don't
be like,
dab dry?
yeah,
No, never once in my
dude,
life.
I
come
bet,
on.
man.
Never once
Do
in
you
my
do
life.
your own laundry?
Yes.
Okay, because I don't want your lady seeing your pee stains because you don't
Be
dab.
careful with that. Yeah, you have to be very careful. I'm assuming not dabbing, you're in danger of having that Tony Romo spot that he had on his pants on national
yeah.
television a couple of years ago. Remember when Tony Romo
Yeah.
had a pee spot?
Yeah.
Like, dude, you got to dab that shit, bro.
You got to dab that, bro.
You guys know I'm a gambler. I like to roll in the dice every time I go to pee.
Dude. But here's the other thing. Rudy may get up and walk out. He has not told the most shocking thing
Oh,
about
yeah.
his peeing.
Oh, I do too. We've had this conversation when
You
they
have
when you
do
first
too.
did-
You do
in the
too.
if on the random night where I have to pee in the middle of the night, I pee sitting down.
Come on.
Unbelievable.
So I don't have to turn on the lights.
Come on.
Rudy.
In the middle of the night, if it's 3 in the morning.
He does it every time.
Every time. I did it
Oh
this
no,
morning.
no, no. Only
I'm gonna
in the
give
daytime, I'm standing up. 3, 4 in the morning, so I don't turn on the lights and disturb anybody's peace and get the toilet all screwed up. I pee sitting down.
I'm going to give you a pass on that because it's middle of the night and it's dark and you have a 6-year-old and you don't want
Yeah.
to wake up. I'm going to give you a pass. His ass pees sitting down every time.
That's weird.
every time.
No, not when he's at a bar.
Now, bullcrap. Do you pee? You pee
Well,
sitting down up
it,
here?
it depends on the dirtiness of the bar. Nah, at bars, I'm a savage. You could just, helicopter spin in the.
Oh my
in
God.
there. It doesn't
That's
matter.
good.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Every time is diabolical.
Unbelievable.
But yeah, no, every time at
So
home,
if you're at home all weekend,
Unreal.
of course,
you
yeah.
piss sitting down every time.
Yeah, does that lead to hemorrhoids in my ass? Yeah, of course.
No, that's weird,
okay.
bro.
Timeout. Wait, that does not lead to hemorrhoids. Don't give false information. But do you have hemorrhoids?
Sometimes,
Jose, you're only like 27, dude. Are you straining too much?
I don't know.
Are you not eating enough fiber?
I think I'd like.
I
to
think
so.
Latinos have hemorrhoids. I think it's a genetic thing.
Really?
Damn,
I've never had a
fucked.
hemorrhoid. I'm only 33% though.
I've never had
No,
one.
that's enough. Y'all, this misinformation will not stand.
I don't know.
Rudy says Mexicanos are more susceptible to hemorrhoids.
I don't know. Is that true?
They're all full of red blood and machismo.
I don't
and
know.
They have bad bowel movements or what?
I don't know.
Almighty.
Because I've known a few dudes that are like, yeah, man, I have them. A few guys I play golf with, so I just thought
That's
it was a
awful.
Latino thing.
What causes that?
I don't know. Look, Adrian Robles says no, Rudy. Well, okay,
No,
Adrian, you don't.
It's not a Latino thing. You just live in a city that's 75%.
Yeah,
Latino,
you're right.
So the guys you hang out with are predominantly Mexicano.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh, they all got
So
them.
they happen. Yeah, that's not all of us. That's not everybody. Golly.
I think Latinos also have genetically bigger calves. I've seen a lot of Latinos with huge calves.
Wow.
Why do Latino people have
So
big
my
calves?
all-time best friend in the world,
Okay,
Rudy Gonzalez.
great calves, I bet.
They're the size of cantaloupes.
I saw. See, see what I'm saying? My wives are crazy.
Because we work outside all day. About them. We
my
stand
brother-in-law Lewis, his calves are crazy.
Manual labor.
I'm like, what the hell is it? I don't know what it is.
I guess it's all the manual labor.
My Latino men, 90% of our listeners are Latino. How are y'all's calves?
I bet they're nice and thick.
Let me see yours, Jose.
Huge.
Oh, well, you're Venezuelan.
He's Venezuelan.
Yeah, no, and I haven't worked a hard day in my life.
So I think what happened is maybe like Mexicanos, because they spent 200 years like working in fields and stuff, they just like evolved.
Kind of like us. Like we have the slave
evolved.
genetics. That's why we became better athletes.
Okay, you said that.
I said that.
Okay,
I think the slave genes did pay their dividends in that sector.
What you just said got Jimmy the Greek fired from CBS.
Sorry, Jimmy, you ain't black.
Jimmy the Greek?
Yeah, Jimmy.
Jimmy's not black. You know,
he got shit canned for saying that. You agree with it?
When you're doing all that labor and it just gets passed down
500 years of slavery. Yeah,
I mean, you're gonna develop some damn freakish athletes. Plowing fields and like, come on, it's just.
Yeah, sure.
That's the only thing it benefited. They didn't let us read.
That's why.
You know what I mean? They
didn't let us read.
They didn't let us learn how to
learn how to jump.
Yeah, we learned how to jump, and we had muscles coming out of our ass because of it.
Oh my God, this thing took a turn in a hurry. Welcome to Final.
Jim, what did Jimmy the Greek say? I forgot.
He said that the reason why I don't want this to come back to haunt me.
The reason why more African Americans are in athletics is because of slavery and they're genetically predispositioned.
And CBS shit canned him the next day. He was gone. And
did he ever get another?
No, he was ostracized, blackballed,
That's
kicked out of the nest. Yeah. And this was way back. This was like 1988, 87.
I bet all
racism was still okay.
And I know, that's what I'm saying, because I'm sure black people were like, yeah, Jimmy's right.
Maybe, but the CBS wasn't having that shit. He got fired. Welcome to In the Building.
Yeah, welcome.
It is show number 296.
Hooters peeing sitting down in slave genetics.
Yeah, and F you Hooters.
I got a buddy, Daryl. He's 6'3". I tell him all the time because he eats like crap, but he's ripped. I'm like, bro, you have some of the best slave genes I've ever seen. He's like my best friend. He was one of my best friends in my wedding.
All right.
I tell him all the time, you got the greatest slave genes ever.
All right, because I'm a humanist. I like observing people.
Yeah.
I could have been like an anthropologist in college. I should have studied anthropology. I just love the human condition.
Yeah.
And I've often wanted to be like a fly on the wall with just like black dudes talking just amongst yourselves,
just to hear how we think and how we operate.
Yes, I would love to just like put spy cam on you, and but only when you're around other black dudes. And
you'd be surprised
the culture. And so, like, have you talked about having slave genes for real to other dudes?
Oh gosh, yeah.
It's a thing?
To my buddy Daryl. My buddy Daryl's
no shit.
His
I'll be damned.
His descendants were definitely the Mandingos.
That's fair.
Definitely.
Well, we're predispositioned to diabetes. That's for sure.
Who?
I mean, Latinos.
Oh, blacks too.
Yeah. And y'all get you got lupus is as you know.
Obviously,
lupus is in
heart disease.
There's another one I can't think of what it is, but yeah, there's certain races are predispositioned to certain illnesses. Diseases, and so it stands to reason that because of evolution and genetics, that maybe some people are more predispositioned to other physical traits versus others.
And you know, some black people may not like this, but again, I'm talking to me too. But after you have all the information, then it's a choice. Like we have all the information, like, yes, soul food is great. We love the taste, but it's awful for you. Now we have back then we didn't have this information. Right. So I got it. Like, okay, well, you didn't know that chitlins and hog maws and all this shit was going to kill you one day. We know that now. So now we still, Rudy Johnson, if we still choose to eat it, now it's a choice. Not like, oh, it's just genetics. So you got to make better choices. And again, I'm talking to me too.
Sure.
Right.
And look, you can by the way, like soul food, and it traces also back to 16, 17, 1800s.
They got the scraps and they made the best of it.
Got the scraps. That's why birria tacos are huge now with these millennial kids. They think it's a delicatessen. Shit, that was just poor boy food.
Right.
You know why menudo took off? Because poor people had to eat everything.
Exactly. And they made
rich Mexicans were not eating menudo.
And they seasoned that shit up and it turned out great.
Yeah. And we've evolved and we eat shit that's not good for us because our ancestors did, or our people before us did, especially those of us, and I can link myself into that come from very, very povertized, poor ass people.
Absolutely.
Welcome to In the Building.
Nobody chose to eat pig guts.
296.
It's just like, yo, they took the ass.
It's what was
they
left.
took the shoulder. They left us the guts. Let's season this shit up, clean them, and let's go at it. That's why chitlins get cleaned outside. You ever seen people clean chitlins? You got to clean chitlins outside, Jose.
That's right.
I don't even know what that means. I don't know what that
is. It's pig guts.
So I've been called racist before because Mexicanos will ask me, do you still eat menudo? No, I haven't had menudo since I was 18 years old.
I don't eat either. I don't eat either.
Why don't you eat menudo, Taylor? And my answer is because I went to college.
That's fucked up.
That's bullshit, man. Go back to San Antonio.
He wasn't having that.
No.
He wasn't having that.
All
shit.
right, welcome in. It is Tuesday for those that watch this thing live. From the Pub Sports Radio Studios in Southtown at the Texas Chair Studios. It is in the building. You can participate in this show by getting into the Super Chat and tipping us that way. We may have lost all tips today with our racism. That's okay.
That's okay.
We're doing an anthropological observation.
We're not pizzas. We can have a conversation without being offended.
We're not being racist. We're discussing anthropology.
Right.
In systemic, socio. It comes down to being poor, a lot of it.
And has anything we said not true?
Well, I mean, a lot of it, I think it all traces to not having money.
Right. I do too. I agree.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff. And it just morphed into a lot of other things.
Right.
Welcome. The audio disseminator is a man who pees sitting down. It is Jose Bouquet. You can tip us if you'd like to in the Super Chat. You can buy us a coffee or 10 if you want to with the Buy Me a Coffee link. You can subscribe to our channel on YouTube at Love You Hard TV for absolutely free. You can also become a member and get all of our exclusive members-only material for just $6 a month at Love You Hard TV. You can listen to us as part of the Believe Network. You can watch us not only on our channel, but on the Anthem TV app. The new lineup at Anthem premieres this week.
What's up, Anthem? What's up, Nathaniel?
Starting at 4 p.m. every day this week, their new lineup they're rolling out includes Halo 2, Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark, The Batman, Inception, and more. Anthem TV, I've watched it a lot lately.
Yeah, me too.
We're on it. And he has a lot of really kick-ass movies on there. He's able to get, they are able to get their hands on a lot of badass movies.
Yeah.
And this Anthem TV is coming up, which is
he called me Friday night. I was at work.
Get up with him.
And he was like, hey, check the Anthem TV. I go on there and the Joker's playing.
Yeah, the newer one. Yeah,
the new one, the good one, not number 2. Right.
He gets access to new movies.
Yeah.
Very cool. So thank you, Anthem TV. Who's calling me while I'm on the show? Doing a fucking show, asshole. There you go.
I was somebody who's looking just to see if you needed an extra car warranty.
Jesus. Imagine picking that phone up.
Yes, I am calling to see if you need medication. No, Todd, I don't need medication. My dick works great. Thanks. All right. Jose, how about some production value? We haven't had any production value in a few days.
Yeah, man. What are we doing?
How about you got a little football music in there? We're gonna do some NFL quick kicks here as we get rolling.
Since the NFL can't back the hell off for Final Four.
Exactly. I know. Final 4 week.
And we're forced to talk about it because our people want it because we're freaking crackheads when it comes to NFL. I like it too. But I said we.
But I recognize how assholey the NFL is.
They are assholes.
They drop major news all the time during other sports big weeks.
Right.
It's bull, but they do it, and it is what it is. All right. The NFL has a couple of big announcements here. The first one they announced last night was that the flex window is changing.
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking about speaking of Prime, they also deliver you football.
That's right. Damn, that's right.
The Thursday night.
And they'll have basketball next season.
The Thursday night Prime game. People got so pissed off over the shitty matchups last year. Even Al Michaels was being silly about
Bezos. I'm like, I'm giving y'all a couple billion for the Browns versus the Bears.
Right.
No.
Right? And so we are shortening the flex window. It's been 28 days in the past. Now it's 21. They're just trying to get better teams on Thursday night.
I don't blame them. And they owe anybody that spends the money you have to spend to get the rights to the NFL deserves a few good games. Now, some are just going to be duds. It just happens. Now Sunday night, you're not going to get many duds. But Thursday night, Monday night football, Monday night didn't really change until Troy and Joe got over there. Troy and Joe like, yeah, we'll come and we want the bag, but we also want some decent games because Monday night football was struggling hugely before Troy and Joe got over there.
Aikman
now that's changed.
Openly bitch.
Yeah.
On Fox about why are we in Cincinnati? I mean, I could be in Green Bay at the Packers and Bears game, but I'm at the Bengals and the Browns. Okay, sure.
Right.
All right, we have a big rule change from the school of duh and no shit.
You agree with this?
Absolutely.
Okay, give it to him.
We are reducing overtime to 10 minutes.
I'm good with that.
And we're going to allow both offenses to have the ball.
No matter touchdown or – because with the field goal, the other team would get it. But now, even if you score a touchdown, the other team gets it.
Right.
I don't know, Mike.
We're scrapping this bull
Get a
crap
stop.
there. See, you sound old school guy.
I am.
Hey,
in some senses, I am.
Part of football.
I am old school. In some things, Mike, I am. Can I just be in my rocking chair once in a while?
Yeah, I let you, but, I'm not going to agree all the time. I would agree with you if it was just as easy to play defense as it is to play offense.
No, defense has got more difficult with all the rules.
Way more difficult. And you get to overtime, I'm throwing bombs the whole time. There's a 50% chance I'm going to get a pass interference call.
Or if you're playing Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes or Lamar Jackson.
There's nothing you can do.
Or Jalen Hurts. Yeah, nothing you could do.
Both offenses have got to be able to match each other.
But I do like the 10 minutes. I like changing. I like taking 5 minutes off.
Yeah.
Right. But I think we may see more ties now.
So you agree in principle. You see my point though.
Yes.
I get the whole, hey man, defense is part of football, but all the NFL ever does is make it more difficult to play defense. And here's the other part. The team that gets the ball first, we decided on a human flipping a coin.
Yeah, I know.
We have a better chance doing our horse race we did yesterday on this show to determine who gets the ball.
Right.
We flip a coin, a $20 billion industry.
Flipping a coin
in a playoff game.
Right.
We're going to flip a coin to see who gets the ball first. It's absolute bullshit.
I agree
That's
with that.
the next rule we need. Like, we need to figure out a better way to see who gets the ball first. Well, this is the way. Give both teams the ball.
Give both teams the ball.
Give both teams a chance to get a touch.
I mean, it's sort of like college, but they're not starting on the 25.
Right. And the cool part is now, like if we go to overtime and they flip the coin, now that you know you're going to get the ball first,
choose defense.
It might be better to choose D first.
Yeah.
Because then I can stop them and get a field goal. I know what I need. You know what I mean?
For sure.
All right. Here's two owners worse than Jerry Jones.
I think I can guess the two.
And this is not a praise for Jerry Jones. It's a point to how many dumbass owners we have in the NFL.
Okay.
One of them is the Jets owner, Woody Johnson. Great name, terrible owner. Upset and mad that the annual NFLPA's player rankings, organizational rankings that we talked about last month, the Jets got an F, remember, for how they treat people.
And Woody's pissed about
how they treat families, facilities, medical care, all that. Every year in the offseason, the union surveys all the players in the league anonymously to judge your own team.
Right.
What do you think about y'all's facilities, y'all's medical care,
your vending machines,
families,
all that,
how they treat your wife, this kind of thing? And the Jets got a big old giant F. Woody Johnson came out today and said that it's a bogus report. It's cheating. They're cheating. Everyone knows they're cheating. Everyone knows it's fraud.
It's bull crap.
Yeah, he says that that's not true. His players don't believe that. Bitch, they're the ones that voted.
I know, so I don't know what he's talking. He's like, this is made up.
Yeah,
how is it made up when your people that you pay said it?
That's the world we live in. You don't like the results of your people?
Say they cheated.
Tell them they cheated. Called it totally bogus. I would much rather, again, I'm picking between 118 degrees and 122 degrees here.
You'd still rather have Jerry than Woody?
Pick. Under the head. Give me the Jones clan. Woody Johnson is terrible. At least Jerry has a GM in Will McClay
Well, scout
drafts
talent scout.
Sure, but at least they have the ability to draft decent players. The Jets have their head up their ass in all facets.
Right.
And it starts at the top with Woody Johnson. And then there's Jimmy Haslam.
Yeah, I thought here. I was going to say the Giants and Haslam. I didn't see the list. I just wanted to come in here blind so we could. It's more fun to me that way. I would have said the Giants and Haslam.
At what point does the NFL get tired of the Browns being a tire fire and step in?
Oh no,
they're never going to be anything better than 4-13. They're never going to do it. Jimmy Haslam called himself out though last night. I guess to his credit. Says when it comes to the Deshaun Watson trade, Rudy, it was a big swing and a miss. That's a quote.
And he's still on the team.
Which means he'll never play again, which I said that last.
He did restructure for them. Like that part of it is like, okay, so basically what you're telling me is, and this is why I feel like you're right, Mike, or this list is right that he's at the bottom.
Yeah.
You would rather keep a guy on your team because you don't want to pay the dead money, even though you know it didn't work. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, just release him.
Like, no, they won't because it's like, no,
because it's gonna be
yeah. So that's what you're telling us. Like, yeah, I'm keeping him on my team, but yeah, we swung and we missed. Then if I'm Deshaun, if you're Deshaun, you have any pride left in your body,
retire, dude.
Retire or either come back with your hair on fire and play your ass off.
I don't think he can anymore. He's been out of the league too long, and he's had 2 Achilles now. 2.
Yeah. Swing and a miss.
They owe him $92 million over the next 2 years.
Yeah, I'd make him stay on the team too.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jimmy. I'll take that one back.
Not good. And you know what? I defended them when they traded for him. Because a lot of people were like, you can't trade for him. He's a pervert. Well, he ain't messing with my daughter. I'm trying to find an elite quarterback here.
I thought they gave up way too much, but I know because of what he had done in Houston. When you're good, like if he sucked, he'd be out of the league. But considering what he had done in Houston, he was going to get another gig. But they just gave up way too much. And then they did this 256 fully guaranteed, and it just screwed the market. So they screwed the market for a guy that didn't work out.
I thought he'd be great again.
I did too.
Man. And all I needed to see out of him was the Dallas game at the beginning of last season. He was non-competitive against the Cowboys.
It was awful. It was tough to watch.
It was tough. It was like we're running the UTSA quarterback out there in the NFL. And it was sad. And it's like, dude, there's only 32 of these jobs. In the Cleveland Browns, y'all have gone through an entire offseason, an entire training camp, an entire preseason, and you still roll that out there, man. They don't know what they're doing. It is a tire fire. Give me the Joneses.
Give me the Joneses over Haslam,
over the Haslams. There's NFL Quick Kicks for the day. It is in the building. Everyone Love You Hard TV, thank you. Brought to you in part by Texas Cheer Liquor.
What up?
The Oficial, thank you, Jose. The official liquor store. Up in the building, 7 locations all over this fine town we live in and around San Antonio, 6 in San Antonio proper. Then you've got the one up in Barney. And what do they all have in common? Well, did you have that thing I made yesterday, Jose? Perchance? Yes. I'll just let.
While he finds that, I'll let you know about this April raffle.
All right.
Whistle Pig bourbon, really, really good bourbon.
Excellent.
All for the month of April. Every bottle of Whistle Pig that you purchase, your name will go into a hopper.
Oh, hell.
Every bottle. So if you purchase 20 bottles of Whistle Pig in April, you get 20 entries. And at the end of April, we'll throw all of those names in the hat that have purchased Whistle Pig, and we're going to give away a Traeger, which is a really cool grill. I know some of you purists, like, oh, use no microwave, blah, blah, blah. But then you have people like me. You have millions of people like me that aren't good at grilling. They just like to set it and forget it. I have a Traeger. Love my Traeger. Haven't used it in a while. But so if you want to win an opportunity to win a Traeger, go to one of 7 Texas Cheer Liquors, purchase you a bottle of Whistle Pig, get your name in the hopper, and at the end of April, maybe you win a Traeger. I mean, if you hate it, give it to a friend, sell it, whatever. But go out to Texas Cheer Liquor and purchase you a bottle of Whistle Pig.
Whistle Pig. Hold that till tomorrow, Jose. That was way more informative. That was a better commercial.
I was just trying to let him find it.
Nah, to hell with that. We'll do it tomorrow. I didn't realize that Whistle Pig was on sale.
Yeah, and it's all $10 cheaper. He lowered the price on it.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah.
I sold a lot of that too.
Yeah.
I've never actually had Whistle Pig.
It's good.
All right.
It's really good.
I'm gonna go get me some. Texas Cheer Liquor. They're the ones that have it. All right. Last night. So we're sitting there and Nina falls asleep.
Last night. This is last night.
Yeah. Last
okay.
night.
I'm listening.
Probably 7:30, 8. My daughter was over hanging out and Nina was taking a nap. So I made my daughter watch.
Shut up. Go ahead.
So here's what I watched last night.
What'd you watch?
Women's basketball.
Good for you.
I gave it a shot.
What'd you watch? UT?
I watched TCU.
Oh.
I mean, my loyalty is just, I mean, I'm a Longhorn supporter, but I'm a Horned Frog by birth. And sat there and watched all of that until early in the fourth quarter when it became apparent that Texas was going to win. The Lady Horns are in the Final Four. First time in 20-something years. Shout out to the Longhorns, the Lady Longhorns.
Hook 'em.
Shout out to them. Watched 2 hours of girl ball last night.
And what'd you think?
Ain't watching again for a long time.
Did you see,
it's
man?
Not any good. I'm sorry,
Mike.
Not sorry. It ain't good.
Okay, did you watch any of Paige at
good.
UConn USC? That's
not watch that. I'm upset.
She had 31.
That's fine. Well, I'll watch a little. So because one of my twins loves Paige Becker. Becker. I'm gonna watch UConn
in the Final Four.
In the Final Four. But I wanted to see if my Frogs could get to the Final Four. It's a cheap run. TCU's basketball team, women's team, they're mediocre.
Yeah.
We went out. I don't know where the hell they got the money, but they brought in 2 elite chicks this year off the scrap heap.
From LSU, the kid, the little girl from LSU.
Van Lith.
Yeah, I like her.
And then they had another kid, Sedona Price, who's been on like 7 teams, been accused by all of her girlfriends of sexual harassment and abuse. Oh, yeah. Go look up Sedona Price of TCU. The Christian don't apply to her in TCU.
Just win, baby.
She's 6'7" too, man.
Hey.
And we got crushed by Texas.
What about it don't you like?
Huh?
What about it is not intriguing to you?
No athleticism.
That bothers you?
It bothers me.
What about fundamentals?
Don't give a shit about that. I wanted to watch. And by the way, the fundamentals are overrated. They have to be fundamental. When you can't jump and you got a big butt and you're 5'6", you better be fundamental.
Yeah, for sure.
Can't rely on athleticism. Everybody ain't Brittany Griner out there. Everybody ain't. I'm gonna get trouble, but I don't give a shit.
No, yeah, don't. You ain't gonna get in trouble.
Everybody, if everybody was Cheryl Swoops, it'd be good.
If everybody was Juju or Paige or whoever.
I will say that the women's game's getting better. I think
they are better. They're a little more athletic.
If you go back and watch like Louisiana Tech in like 1990.
Oh yeah, those girls could. They were.
You'd be asleep.
Yeah, those girls are a little different.
It's terrible. So it's gotten better, but it's not. And I watched 2 hours. Okay, do I get some credit?
Yes, you watched 2 hours more than I did.
It was a good game. It's just not highly entertaining basketball. Judson would beat TCU. Judson boys. I bet you $100,000. I think who's going to win?
Hold on, time.
Who won state in 6A in Texas this year?
The men?
Boys. Yeah.
I want to say it was probably Duncanville.
I think it's Duncanville too.
Either Duncanville or the team from Houston.
Duncanville
the team that beat my Brennan Bears in Houston. It was them and Duncanville.
Duncanville smokes UConn women. Smokes them.
UConn women.
Runs them off the floor.
No, ain't no chance.
The athleticism is super.
Who won, Jose?
I'm scrolling. Duncanville.
Yeah, Duncanville. Who they beat?
The Houston team.
Okay.
So Duncanville beats you. Duncanville beats whoever wins the national title this year
by double digits. There's nothing wrong with admitting that. By the way, it doesn't make me an asshole. I mean, I believe in equality, but not unreality.
No. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Damn. Does
Duncan be realistic?
Does Duncanville beat UConn?
Of course they do. Come on, dude. Duncanville's got 4 Division I players on their roster.
5.
They smoke UConn. All right, but I wanted to get into something different. I didn't mean to. Taylor hates all the women. Well, okay, sure. Do you know what the most successful college athletic program currently is in America?
I'm gonna say
overall.
Just college sports.
Yes.
Men, women.
What's the overall most successful college athletic program in America?
It's somebody from the SEC.
Correct.
Damn.
LSU gymnastics.
I don't know.
No, we're talking about overall most successful athletic department by a mile. It's UT.
Now, what are the metrics?
Texas.
What are the metrics?
All right, took this out of the Houston Chronicle today.
Okay, what's the metrics?
So on the heels of the Lady Longhorns advancing to the Final Four, all right, Texas won the national championship in men's swimming and diving also this week.
Damn.
Head coach Bob Bowman brings a natty to Austin in his first season as Eddie Reese's replacement after Bowman won it all at Arizona State just last year. Talk about sustained excellence. Backstroker Hubert Koss, who came with Bowman from Arizona State, won 3 individual events and is just a sophomore. It was Texas's 16th swimming championship in program history, including the second title win the last 5 years. And get this, the Longhorns have won 12 national championships in 7 different sports in the past 5 years. Let me repeat that. The University of Texas has won 12 national championships in 7 different sports in the last 5 years. They've won volleyball, too.
I remember the volleyball.
They've also won at least 1 national crown for the past 10 years counting, not including the COVID year.
So every year for the last 10 years, in something they take home a natty.
Something they've won a national championship in something.
So then that brings forth the question of
UT's the best athletic department.
They are.
Period.
But not because of football.
And football went to the semifinals 2 years in a row. So they're not like football's not doing its part.
Right.
They just haven't won the natty in football yet.
Okay.
Or even played for one. But my boy Arch Manning's back. Watch out for Arch.
It's Arch's turn.
It's Arch's turn.
Damn, that's impressive.
No one's better.
I didn't know that they could swim too.
Oh yeah, Eddie Reese is like, I don't know, he's the Coach K of swimming. They have a lot of Olympians every year. Swimming, I knew about swimming, but I did not know that it was 7 sports have won a natty in the last 5 years.
No, I didn't know that.
Crazy. All right, shout out to the Longhorns. All right, what else today? I have not heard from Tagular.
He's got 5 days.
So our guy won this right here yesterday. This on camera?
Yes.
All right. Tagular, we had a members-only challenge in which we gave away this kick-ass Spurs skateboard. Doesn't have any wheels on it. That way you can go hang it up if you want, just for like a wall decor. Tagular, as we do this show today, it's Tuesday. I'm going to give you to the close of business Friday to claim this prize, or we're going to have another horse race on Monday and get rid of it then. All right?
It'd be a shame if we had to do another horse race.
Somebody reach out. Well, I thought you saved all the names.
No, I was sarcastic. I would love to do another.
Okay, they're great, dude. You know what? I had lots of feedback on that horse race he did yesterday.
Really?
They loved it.
Good.
It was great. Nice work, Jose. I'm proud of you. You did a good job. Tagular, need to hear from you. Let me hear from you.
I might have to take that and use that as a drop now.
Fine. What's that? Let me hear from you.
No.
I love you. Did a great job.
Oh, okay. Well,
you won't hear much, so yeah, you better save it.
Yeah, hey, I'm a good coach. I praise when worthy.
And I tear that ass up when I need to.
Tear that ass up when needed. Yeah, absolutely. That's part of being a good. You want a good coach or a pussy coach that tells you everything you want to hear. You want a good coach. You want to get coached up.
Get coached up. Absolutely.
You want to extend the life of your roof? Call me on that too.
There you go. Yeah, lift it up a little bit. Yeah,
I
know it's not your fault. It's not your fault. It just it's already sinking.
All right.
So people are like, "Oh, Mike sounds 20 feet away."
I have more troubles with this microphone than anything I've ever had in my career. Damn it, see, here we go. Jose, get this shit in order.
Get this shit fixed.
It's a balance. All right. Let me hear from you if you want to extend the life of your roof. A lot of people, especially this time of year, storm season, you'll have roofing companies. Not all of them. There's some great roofing companies out there. We've done business with a handful of them.
Absolutely.
There's some fools out there. They're going to try to convince you that you need a full new roof because they can get a whole lot of money out of you. Save you money. Okay, you get a massive hailstorm and your roof's caving in and you got rain in here. Maybe there's times when you do need a roof, but there's a lot of times when you don't. All you need is nano. You just need to fix it with treatment. You can preserve the life of your roof 10 to 15 years with our guys, the official nano roof service company of In the Building is Lone Star Nano Services. Hit my guys up at Lone Star Nano Services. Look up their website or reach out to me. Email me. So I've agreed to kind of be like a conduit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to give my cell phone, but I'm going to give my email. My email is MikeTaylorShow MikeTaylorShow@gmail.com. MikeTaylorShow@gmail.com. Or you can reach out to me on any social media platform too. If you're interested in a free inspection by my guys at Lone Star Nano, they'll come out and take a look at your roof.
And Dustin is right. You're about to be bombarded with roof stuff on your doors because of last night. Last night we got some hail.
Yep.
And we're about to hit these crazy temperatures.
Yep.
So do the preventative work.
Right.
Call Nano now because we're about to get to 106. You saw yesterday it was 92. The next thing you know is hailing. Hit the Nano guys up and protect yourself this summer.
Correct. All right. Speaking of Mexicans.
What's up?
Just decided to say that.
No, I was like, what?
Damn, we were speaking about Mexicans? I don't remember.
We have day one result. We were talking about Mexicans earlier getting diabetes.
Oh, yeah, calves.
And they're big calves and they're big panzas. We have results. This is part of the reason why a lot of us get diabetes of the opening day of the 2025 Best Mexican Restaurant in San Antonio Challenge. I have results here from day one.
Okay, day one. Who's moving on? Who's going home?
Number one overall seed, Blanco Cafe, has advanced over the 16 seed very easily.
Blanco probably might win this whole thing.
Blanco's solid. Well, they're the number one seed for a reason, and they kicked ass. Let me see the results here. What was the score? The score was, oh my God, 50-4 in the voting.
Damn.
Yeah, smoked them. In the 8 versus 9 matchup, El Jaro de Arturo cruises past Taco House into the second round. I've never been to El Jaro. I need to look it up. Henry's Puffy Tacos, the 4 versus 13, avoids a massive upset. By one vote, they beat the 13 seed Tommy's Restaurant to advance into the second round. Other matchups, the 12 seed beat the 5.
Of course.
And a tight matchup, Ray's Drive-In beat Taco Haven to advance. All right. So vote. My boy, Big Mike.
Shout out to Big Mike.
Look him up. I've been sharing his post. He put this bracket together. Today's matchups are Don Pedro's versus Rosario's, La Fonda en Main versus Eddie's Taco House, the Original Donut Shop versus Fidelo's. Had a lot of feedback on Fidelo's yesterday. People telling me you need to get there. It's great. I've never been. Then you got Los Barrios versus El Bucanero. So vote in the 2025 in the building Best Mexican Restaurant San Antonio Challenge on all social media platforms. We also have sponsorship opportunities left for the barbecue. Shout out to the Russian oligarch, Joe.
Who?
Joe, the Russian oligarch.
Okay.
I can't say his last name. It's got like 17 syllables.
Oh, got you.
And so I've just made him a Russian oligarch. Donated $500 to the barbecue last week, which we're putting toward the brisket. We only need $500 now for $1,000 worth of brisket. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because all of the barbecue teams, when you sign your team up, you get a free brisket to go with it. You can use that in the competition if you want or not, but you're getting a free brisket, and they ain't cheap. A $500 donation takes care of all of our briskets that we give our teams. If there's all kinds of ways to volunteer to help the barbecue, reach out to me via social media. All right. It is in the building, presented in part by San Antonio City Soccer. My boys and girls over there, they got a placement event coming up, or two, in May. All right. Do you have a kid, son or daughter, born between 2007 and 15, that wants to play youth soccer for the best soccer league in the city? The official soccer league of in the building is San Antonio City Soccer. They got multiple fields all over the city, and they're having placement events in May, which means you come out, your kid shows off their stuff, and they put your kid in a league that fits that kid's ability. It's not a cut, make the team, don't make the team thing.
Don't get you where you need to be.
It's a placement event. Look up San Antonio City Soccer and get all the information on there, and all these things, but reach out to us. We have all this information. I can send you links, give you the right phone numbers and emails and all that kind of thing. Thank you to San Antonio City Soccer. All right, what else today? My day in Houston. You want to get into this a little bit?
I do, because I know I can appreciate people that step out of their element, regardless of the reason. Because it's easy for us to just be like, that ain't my thing. I'm not going to go.
I was looking forward to it.
I know you're looking forward to it, but you're not a guy that like cares about what sneakers are coming out.
Well, and I don't want to offend anybody because we have a lot of sneakerheads out there.
We have a bunch.
But I there's never going to be a time where Uncle Mike pays $650 for a pair of sneakers.
Or Uncle Rudy.
I didn't think I'd ever spend $130. And that's what I paid for. I have a really nice pair of hiking shoes.
Well,
Oh my God.
But no,
I'll
those
boost you.
but the 130
$150.
but the 150 in hiking shoes is because they last 10 years.
Correct. And I don't hike a ton anymore like I did in Hawaii.
Right.
And I never thought I'd spend that much on shoes. And ironically, they're the shoes that I wear the least.
Right.
Right. I'll spend over $100.
I do love
shoes.
sneakers now. I'm not a sneaker head, but I love sneakers. I love them.
I'm not spending $200
I love
more. But these kids, so I was a
J's today. Let me see. Can y'all see?
Okay, what do those cost?
These are J's. I don't know what I paid for these. I don't remember. They're $100.
Okay, that's
I think they're Jordan.
Yeah,
they're
Jordans
price
for today.
Yeah, they're low. The Jordan lows at sneaker.
There ain't a shoe. There's not a shoe $100 at Sneaker Con. So
no, hell no, not a Sneaker Con in Houston.
No, we took Nina's teenage son to Sneaker Con at the George.
I was jealous.
Convention Center.
I was jealous. You sent me a video seeing Paul Wall. I was jealous. I love me some Paul Wall.
So yeah, I put together a little video, or me and Jose did a little video synopsis.
Oh, dope.
Of my day in Houston. How long is it, Jose? About
45 seconds.
All right, cool.
Oh, that's perfect.
So let's run it, and we can talk. We can talk about it. Want to run what you got, then we'll go back and revisit some of it, Jose, on In the Build. Okay, I had to get that. This kid was drunk, clearly.
Yeah.
And he got challenged by his buddies. So I will start there and we'll work
So
backwards.
you didn't walk up to anybody's table and film their shoes? You didn't want to be that guy?
No.
It's kind of weird, right?
It was kind of weird because they get a little. Well, we actually did film this one girl who she makes a lot of money simply to authenticate shoes. Let's get to that in a second.
Okay.
We'll go chronologically. I'll start from behind. That big kid there you saw doing
those were real
shirtless.
pull-ups?
Hell no, he didn't get one.
Okay, I was about to
tried
say.
hard. So the Navy, how smart is this? The Navy had a setup out there. They have their own sneaker. The Navy did.
They're out there recruiting.
Exactly.
Like, hey, some of you young motherfuckers ain't gonna be able to sell these shoes. Come on to the Navy.
Right. Well, this is for the customers getting there. All right. These are some of these young kids. A lot of them maybe not from the best neighborhood. They're trying to, hey, you get your life right.
Yeah. And buy all the sneakers you want.
The Navy had a really cool setup out there, and they had the pull-up challenge, and that kid there decided to do it, which was hilarious. And of course, he goes shirtless to make it even more funny. And y'all, a lot of y'all will recognize the great Paul Wall, the Houston gangster rapper, who they rolled right through the middle of the thing. And he didn't stop for any interviews, but he was just walking around. I think he has a clothing brand that's pretty hot these days, Paul Wall. He's in his 50s now, semi-retired. He made a couple of tunes with that Mexican OT. You ever heard him?
Of course.
Yeah, Paul did some stuff with him.
See, that's Max O'Cream. That's a rapper, that black guy right
SneakerCon
there.
has its own podcast. So Max O'Cream?
Yeah, he's from Houston.
Is he a rapper?
Yeah.
See, I thought he was just some Sioux guy.
No, that's what you got, a rapper.
I got a rapper. Okay, so
rapper.
Max O'Cream.
Yeah.
And then we saw Paul. I knew Paul.
I'm sure you
Paul's
probably
my age.
Now that I'm being around you, around rappers, you probably saw about 7 other ones.
I probably saw more.
Oh shit! Yeah, he probably saw a few more.
And so Nina's son wound up buying a pair of sneakers that were made. They're real rare shoes by Travis Scott, the Houston Houston rapper.
I love all the Travis Scott shoes.
Former UTSA student.
How much he
paid? $550.
That's a good deal.
I'll take your word for that.
That's a good deal.
And I claim ignorance on this.
That's a good deal.
That does not sound like a good deal to me.
I've seen some Travis Scotts go for a couple grand.
Good Lord. Good Lord.
They have the backwards Nike check on it. You remember what it looked
Probably,
like?
yeah. I was too stunned that he was spending that kind of money.
Where the hell he working at? I need his job.
He works at the mall in a shoe store.
Okay.
Saves his money. I'm proud of him he He's got a couple of grand in his checking account. Nina told me. We're proud of him. I'm proud of him. He ain't got no bills, but he's saving.
At least he's saving.
Yeah, it's good. So he saved up. He's known for weeks when we're going to Sneaker Con, and he got in his head, I'm gonna get me something dope. And he came back with a pair of Travis Scott shoes. I just hope he don't get beaten up for him or something like that.
He's doing a pop-up concert here.
T. Scott?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me say something about the kids that were selling the shoes. The rappers are one thing, the Navy set up one thing. I have to tell you, man, I was around, I'm not around this culture very often.
Yeah.
It's a very hip-hop culture.
Sure.
It's a very urban city culture.
But I would say hip hop because it's all walks. Because hip hop is Asian, Hispanic, white, black. It's so it's hip hop culture.
And there were several influencers there,
of course,
that were signing and
probably got
shoes.
paid to be there for sure.
And some of these kids, a couple of Asian kids, and dude, these kids went gaga over these influencers. Don't ask me who they were, but not just the influencers though. There's local guys in Houston, or I guess if you have the money to rent a booth, you can come from anywhere, but mostly a bunch of Houston vendors that were there selling their shoes. Most of them are under 30. And we were there for 5 hours, man. And I even chatted up a couple of them, and the vendor that Nina's son bought from, he was probably 29-year-old kid. I have to tell you, I was so impressed by these kids. They are out there hustling.
No, yeah.
They are moving, and they're not rude about it at all. They're not like carnival barkers. They know their shit. They're aggressive, but they're friendly about it. Hey guys, come on over and take a look at our shoes. And if you don't, they're fine with it. But if you do, they are full of information. It is a passion.
No.
I was around a bunch of young cats kicking ass this Saturday, Rudy, and I was impressed, and it's like you hear about, young people are lazy and they're unmotivated.
Not all of them.
And they got their heads in their phones all day and they just sit around. These kids are busting ass. I guarantee you there's future CEOs out there hawking those shoes.
Yeah, no my buddy I get my shoes from 2020 to about 2023, it was all he did.
Right.
That was all he did. Like, was sell shoes. Like, because you get 10 of them and you make $50 on each, you know? So it's a hustle though. Like, it's not easy.
No,
that's the thing about it. Like, it ain't yeah, exactly. It's not easy. Like, if it was easy, everybody be doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. These kids are very impressive. Very impressive. All right, it is in the building. It's time for People I Want to Punch, presented by the Law Office of Orlando Kill. Rudy, anybody you need?
I already kind of punched him. I'm punching Haslam for signing a guy, owing him $92 million, and telling him to his face that, we signed you, we swung and we missed, but guess what? I'm going to keep you on my team because I don't want to pay the dead money. So I kind of punched him early, but I know people come in and out. So if you didn't hear that segment, punching the Browns owner, Jimmy Haslam, for admitting we swung and we missed on Deshaun Watson. But even though we know we missed, he's still going to be on our team going forward. So punch Browns owner for being worse than Jerry Jones, which is tough to do.
All right, to prove that I will punch people that I support and like when they deserve it, because I'm equal. I want to punch my favorite head football coach in the NFL, Mike Tomlin. And this is hard for me.
This is a good punch.
You know how I feel about Mike. Why are we still fucking around with Aaron Rodgers? Why
he said they're willing to wait.
I know. What is the deal?
They had him throw with DK Metcalf.
I know. Do they have that little option in Pittsburgh now? Have y'all messed up your quarterback position so much that the great Mike Tomlin is going to put up with that? You talk about two guys and have nothing in common. That prima donna, self-centered, me first asshole.
I might retire. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm not in a rush.
Putting up with that? So punch Mike for not telling the Roonies.
Good punch.
And telling Omar Khan, the GM, we're moving on.
Good punch.
And even if they bring him in, it's for one season. What do we do? It's a rent a QB. That ain't no good. I don't love that at all. I'm punching Mike Tomlin.
Mike, I've got something for you.
Go
here.
for
Our guy Steven is asking, how do I sign up for a team? Meaning, I assume barbecue team.
Well, he needs to reach out to me.
We talk about.
Tell him sit tight. I'll answer that. I'll go onto the chat myself, and I'll send him a link or something here in a minute, Jose.
Thank you, Steven.
All right, so Orlando Kill, the official family lawyer in the building. Appreciate you, Orlando Kill. Oh, Kill, if you need a family lawyer, Our guy is Orlando Kell. Hit him up if you need a family, whatever that means. Divorce, changing a decree, adoptions. He does adoptions too. I mean, God forbid some teenager want to emancipate himself from his parents. I mean, whatever family law means, Orlando does that. 210-775-4995. You can email him to directly orlandokilllaw@gmail.com. It's orlandokilllaw@gmail.com. All right, that's it. We're done. I'm excited. The NCAA sent us the thing last night.
We got our email. We're really in.
Picking up credentials. Thursday.
Then I got one this morning. Well, I got one from the guy you insulted on Twitter. Then I got one from the one from the guy you insulted on Twitter. He said Thursday. The one from the NCAA,
now,
it says Wednesday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Maybe they changed. Maybe they moved it up because of demand. Maybe.
Yeah, probably.
We got all 4 number 1 seeds. All right. Thank y'all very much for being a part of this one. I appreciate it very hard. Muchas gracias. Thank you. Whether you watch it on YouTube, or listen to it on the Believe Podcast Network, on Spotify and Apple and iHeart, whether you watch it on the Anthem TV app, I appreciate that very much. Tomorrow's People I Want to Punch Wednesday. I'm going to come super hard on that. Thank y'all very much. Pull that as a drop, me coming hard.
Also got a show
that
I just finished that I want to talk about tomorrow. It's really good.
What you watching
Wednesday? A man's man show.
People I want to punch. What you watching Wednesday? And I got more on this sneaker con I want to get into tomorrow as well. All right, we'll see y'all mañana. Thank you, Jose Bouquet. Mañana. Love you hard. Bye.